Hi friends, so let's play with some advanced conditional and looping statement. I would rather say advanced but simpler, right? So let's make it simple by understanding the problems, right? So what happens as we have three conditional statement that are if condition, if else condition, and nested if else condition. Let's start with this. So as per the syntax, we have if test expression, then we write the statement. So let's say we have a variable x and we are checking the condition. If x is greater than 0, then print hello world. Yes, 1 is greater than 0. Here it will simply print the hello world. Okay. And what with if else? If this is not the case, then print hi world. So if 0 is greater than 0, then print hello world, else print hi world. So it will definitely print the hi world. Now we have nested if else condition. So when we have more than two cases, right, and we have to get all the case, like if we want to find the largest number from three given numbers, okay, and we have three given number. Now what we will do is first we will compare a and b. Okay, if a is greater than b and a is greater than c, that means a is the largest number. Okay, but if this is not the case, now we will move down and we will check if a is less than b, because if it is not greater than b, so it might be less than b. Yeah, so if a is less than b and b is also less than c, so that is means our c is the largest number, because here a is dominated, b is dominated, and c comes in the picture. Now if not the case yet, so what we will do is we will have one more condition, that is if a is less than b and a is less than c. Okay, so that means a is the smallest number, right? And the final case, if it is not the case also, so I have one more case left, is if b is less than c but b is also final case, that is if b is greater than c but b is also greater than a, so that means b is the largest number, so it will get the largest number, that is c. Now let's take a example in advanced if else statements. Okay, so we have a problem statement, that is let's say Miss George is a CA and is just bored of manually calculating her client's tax slabs, right? And she asks her daughter's friend that to help her to automate this boring stuff. Okay, so the person could be anyone in our normal life also. Let's say we have colleague and they have some problems, they want to make it automate, and they come to us and wanna get a solution. So as a programmer, what we'll do is first we'll have to understand that how to frame that problem statement into the no into a frame. Okay, so once the problem statement are structured, then we can take the decision and we can make a program for that. So what happens in text labs, we will get the information, that is if there is a income of 2.5 lakh. Okay, so there is no tax on that person, and if the income is between 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, so there is 5% of tax. If the income is above 5 lakh to 7.5 lakh, there is 10% of tax. If the income is between 7.5 to 10 lakh, then the tax is 15% on that. If the income is 10 lakh to 12.5 lakh, so the tax payable is 20%. If the income is 12.5 to 15 lakh, tax payable is 25%. If it is above 15 lakh, okay, so the tax would be payable of 30%. Now first thing we have to understand that to structure this statement into a program. So what I'm doing is first I'm getting the income, which is the main role in this program. So what is the income of that person? Now I'm defining those text slabs into dictionaries. Okay, so here is the key, that is slab 1, and the value, that is no text. So in this slab 1 that is no text. Okay, so simply this is the value. In slab 2 there is a 5% of tax. In slab 3 there is a 10% of tax. In slab 4 there is a 15% of tax. In slab 5 there is a 20% of tax. In slab 6 there is a 25% of tax, and in slab 7 there is a 30% of tax. Again, let's structure in the program. So if the income that we got from the user or the CA in her execution time, if the income is less than equals to 2.5 lakh, so yes, obviously you won't have to pay income tax as your income is less than 2.5 lakh. Okay, else if the income is greater than equals to 2.5 lakh and income is less than equals to 5 lakh, I mean if the income is greater than 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, so there will be a tax of what, 5%. So how the tax will calculated, what I'm doing is this is also a syntax of writing the code where in the curly braces we can get the value from here. Okay, so we just formatting our print statement. So what I'm doing is your text lab is what it is, format text lab 2. So in the text lab 2 the person is falling in text lab 2. Okay, and the text percentage is, what is the value of text lab 2? Text lab 2 value is 5%. So your text slab is 5% and approx amount would be 5% of the income. Okay, so what we are getting here, we are getting the percent. So as simpler as it is, to get the percent we multiply the percent with income and divide it by 100. Okay, and similarly if this is not the case, if this is 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 the case, and so on so forth. Okay, and all the case we have formed here. Now we just writing them programmatically. Okay, but what happens sometime if all of them is not a case? Okay, and then what will be, there will be a final condition, that is the income is largest, which is this. Okay, so the final will be our this, your text lab is let's say what is this, 30%, right? And what we are doing is to check again the same, we are saying that please rerun the program. But yes, if we are automating it, what we'll do is we can do many things. We can have time slots here, like after this time the program will execute again inside a loop. Okay, so let's run the program. Here it is asking me this salary. I'm saying that it is 27 lakhs. All right. Okay, and I'm saying okay, yes, so the as salary is above 15 lakhs, right? So our tax slab is 30% and approx amount would be 8 lakh 10,000, right? Now let's move forward with the loops. So basically we have mainly two loops, that is for loop and while loop. Let's start with for loop. So here I'm having one list with some values, and I'm passing a loop here. Okay, if for I in x. Okay, so I will start from 0th index and until and unless we have values in this list, so it will keep looping and running. Okay, so if I in x, if this is true, all right, then it will print the square of that number, right? So what it will do is, first it came to 1. Okay, so square of 1 is 1, then 2 is 4, then 3 is 9, then 4 is 16, then we have so on so forth. 8 is 64 and 9 is 81. Okay, at the last I is here now, but if there is no element left, so it will out the loop. Now let's have one more problem statement, that is our GST, goods and service tax. When this word comes, the local shopkeeper kind of feel wrecked because of the complex calculation and confusing guidelines, right? So you gotta use your Python skills to help your local shopkeeper calculate the net price for his shop's product with some percent of GST slab. So as we know, the GST amount, we will get it from original cost multiplied by GST divided by 100. Okay, this is how we will structure our problem. Then we have a net price, which is the total price which include original cost plus GST amount. Okay, and we have given the condition by the shopkeeper. Okay, if I have a product that cost is 1000, so the GST slab is 18%. If a product cost is 250, GST amount is also 18%. If 125 is cost, GST amount is 5%, so on so forth. There could be a number of products. Okay, so we can make a program for that, because in programming world, if we can think, can definitely convert into the real scenarios. So what I have is, I am defining the products slab, and with the help of a dictionary. Okay, so in product 1 18%, in product 2 18%, product 3 5% GST, and so on so forth. Product 7 has 12% of GST. Now we are defining the cost in dictionary also. The product 1 cost is 1000, product 2 is 250, so on so forth. Product 7 has 500 cost. Now we are forming it inside a loop. Okay, for I in products GST slab keys. Okay, so what I'm doing is, I'm getting the product GST slab. So I have product GST slab here. Dot key means we will only loop to keys. Okay, this is 0 1 2 3 4 5, so on and so forth. All right, first I'm getting the GST amount. So again, as per the formula we made, how to get the GST amount. So we are getting the original cost, okay, which came from I, right? Then we are multiplying it with the products GST slab. Okay, so again the slab will be at 0, and dividing it in with 100. Okay, now the net price, which will be the total price, that is product original cost and GST amount. Okay, and finally it will print the net price. If the net price of product 1 is something, okay, and there is a GST of 18%, so the total cost will be what? The original cost plus the GST amount, right? So in this way we will get the total cost. Now let's play with the if else with for loop. So yeah, what we can do is, we can run a for loop and check several conditions inside that for loop. It could be a case also. So again, I'm getting a range of 0 to 100. Okay, and I'm checking the even number here. Okay, if I mod 2 equals to 0, that means if that is a even number, so just give me the square of that number. Okay, so make sure that whenever we pass curly braces inside a print statement, and we can format that with the dot format, so it will replace value here. Okay, so we have two value here. First is I, that is I from this range list, and second value is I multiplied I, that is a square, which will be built here. So in this way we will get the all the even number square up to the 100. Okay, now we have the while loop. Again, with the while loop we can also run the same, but let's check. We have defined I, and we are checking while I is less than equals to 10. So just print the square root of that number. I mean till 10 it will print the square root, because it is less than equals to. And at the last we are doing is incrementing to make sure that the loop is checking with next value, because if we do not do this, so it will keep giving us all the value till infinite. because there is no condition, and this will fall into infinite loop. All right, it will never stop. So to force it to stop, we will invert the kernel, right? Now let's see, we have using if else with while loop. Again, we can check a while condition while I is less than 100. Check the even number, print out the even of that. Okay, so here we simply done with the for loop with if condition. We can also do the same thing with while loop and this condition. Hope this is clear now.